Hi everyone and welcome to today's Pilates class. Today we are going to be focusing on strengthening our entire body, no equipment needed. So when you're ready, I want you to come down onto your mat. Come down to about the middle of your mat. And then we're going to roll carefully down onto our backs. So we're going to start by warming up the abs. So bring your heels in towards your glutes. Now I want you to feel where your pelvis sits naturally. You'll see that there's a natural curve in your spine. I want you to press your lower back into the mat, and then we're going to lift the right leg. Take your hands behind your head, and on your exhale, I want you to lift up into an ab curl. So we're just working up the upper abs here. Exhale as you lift. Inhale to lower back down. I want your gaze to be towards your knee. And as you lift up, I want you to slide your ribs down towards your hips, keeping your belly button in. Let's go for another 2. Exhale, lift. Hold it up here. And now we're just going to tap the toe. So tap it down, exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. And your head is just being cradled in your hands. You can see your elbows in your peripheral vision. Now I want you to feel that core lifting that leg up. So exhale, lift it up and zip it in. So you're really using that core and the hip flexor. And then we're going to extend the leg. You can extend it as low as you want here, as long as you keep that lower back pressed flat to the mat. So the more difficult it will be is if you lower it all the way down. The easier it is if you lift it up. And then exhale, bring it back to center. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bring it back to center. Now lift up in that ab curl. Keep your gaze towards your knees. Very good. Okay, draw that belly button in. Let's go for another 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back in, and we're going to add a twist now. So we're going to lift up and over, bring elbow towards the knee. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, lift up and over. So think of that opposite rib to hip connection. And then inhale back to center. So we're lifting up and over to lift and a twist. Really getting into those obliques. Contralateral obliques. So exhale, lift up and over. Inhale back to center. Let's do another 2. Last one. Hold it here. Little pulses up and in with the leg. Little exhales as you pulse up. Feeling a nice burn in the abs. Perfect. Bring it back to center. We're going to extend the leg long. Drop the head now. Exhale. You're going to lift the leg, lift the head, and clap your hands behind your leg. Inhale. Take the hands back down. Lower back down. Exhale. Lift and clap. So you're really getting into those upper abs and those lower abs. Lift up, clap those hands. Reach those fingertips together so you're really lifting up here. Almost there. I know your abs must be burning right now. I know mine are. Can't even talk properly because they're burning so much. Okay, let's do another one. Take your hands behind your head, bend that leg in, little pulses up. Little exhales as you pulse up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Lower down, lower that foot down. Extend your body long across the mat. Opening up those abs. Taking a nice big deep breath. Just enjoy the stretch for now, because we get to do that all again on the other side. So just take a moment for yourself. And then when you're ready, we're going to go into the other side. So bring your heels in towards your glutes again. Bring your hands behind your head. Now, press that lower back into the mat. Lift that left leg to a 90-degree angle to tabletop. Exhale, lift up into an ab curl. Inhale, lower back down. Scooping those abs up and in. Gaze towards the knees. You're not pulling on the neck. You're using those abs to lift you, and not the neck to lift you or the hands. So really focus on that core connection. Exhale, lift. Zipping it up. Okay, hold it here, toe taps. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Keeping that back press flat to the mat. Abs drawn in. Gaze towards knees. Remember, zip it up as you pull that leg in. So you zipping up that core as that leg comes back to tabletop. Think of a string pulling your leg. That string is your core. And then we're going to extend and bend. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Core should be shaking. Remember, the lower you go, the harder it is. The higher you go, the easier it is. So stay with your own level. What you feel comfortable with. Okay, we're going to add a twist on this next one. Exhale, twist. Inhale, come back to center. Lifting up and over. Remember, lift and twist. So it's not just about bringing that elbow towards that knee. Keep that knee in a 90-degree angle. Your knee over your hip. So you're exhaling, lifting and twisting up and over. Okay, let's go for another 3, 2, 1. Hold it there. Little pulses in with the leg and up with the chest. Perfect. Come back to center. Extend that leg long, lower the head. Exhale, lift the leg and the head. Clap behind the leg. Inhale, lower it back down. Exhale, lift and clap. Really working into those lower and upper abs. We're almost there. Stay with me. Let's go for another 4. Abs scooping in, belly button to spine. Last 2. Last 1. Take your hands behind your head, bend that leg, little pulses up. Little exhales as you pulse up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Extend your body out long. Whew, that was intense abs. Whew, you're definitely going to feel that tomorrow. Okay, so you're just going to stretch out the hip flexors a bit and get into the glutes. So what I want you to do now is bring your heels in towards your glutes. And then we're going to start with a pelvic curl. So I want you to exhale, imprint that spine towards the mat, and then we're going to lift up vertebra by vertebra to a shoulder bridge. Inhale, lower back down, melting the rib cage down, melting the spine down. Come back to neutral. Exhale, roll through the spine, lifting up into that bridge. Inhale, lower back down. So this is really good for your spinal mobility, your spinal health. You're using your glutes as you lift up. Exhale, roll up. Inhale, melt the rib cage down, followed by each vertebra of the spine. Let's do one more. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, melting the rib cage down first, and then the spine goes down. Back to neutral. Now we're just going to do a lift and lower. So we're just going to hinge our hips up on our exhale. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Now I want you to keep that rib to hip connection. So you're not arching in the back as you lift up and flaring the ribs. You're keeping the ribs sliding towards the hips. So you're keeping that core on and that core connection. Lengthening through the legs, pressing through the heels. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Really getting into those glutes. Waking them up for today's class because we're going to be doing a lot more glutes. Okay, perfect. Hold up here. I want you to bring your inner thighs together. So bring your feet together, holding up in that glute bridge. Okay, squeeze the inner thighs together. We're going to extend that right leg. Now I want you to lower halfway. Exhale, lift. So we're working the left glute here and the inner thighs. So really think of squeezing those inner thighs together. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Perfect. Let's do another 3, 2, 1. Bend that leg. Extend the left leg. Keeping up in that glute bridge. Lower halfway. Exhale, lift. Remember that inner thigh connection. Your legs should be shaking as they are pressing together. Let's go for another 4, 3, 2, 1. Take that foot back down to the ground. We're going to bring our legs about hip distance apart now. I'm just going to do pulses up. Little pulses, lifting those hips up towards the ceiling. Exhale, lift. And then lower back down. Okay, now I want you to take that left leg over the right and then hug that right leg in, just stretching out the glute here. Feel a nice stretch. And then take your arms out in a T position. And we're just going to look towards the left, lower that foot down towards the right, lift it back up. So inhale, lower, tap the ground. Exhale, lift it back up. Last one here. Perfect. Unravel. Take your right leg over your left. Hug that left leg in. Feeling a nice stretch in the glute. Okay, take your arms out in a T position. Look towards the right. Then drop that foot towards the left. Lift it back up. Inhale, lower. So we're getting into some nice spinal rotation. Last one here. Perfect. Hug it back in. And then I want you to come onto your side in a sideline position. So rest your head in your hand. Your feet are going to be in line with your hips. Knees are bent. We're going to come into some clams now. So I want your upper body in one long line. You're pushing that top hip away and you have a little bit of space between your mat and your waist. You can put your hand on the floor for support, or you can put your hand on your hip for more core work. So you're going to exhale, lift that knee, inhale, lower. Exhale, lift, keeping your feet planted together. Push this bottom leg into the mat and make sure that you're not opening up the hips. So your hips are staying square and level. So when you open your leg, you're not rocking back and falling back. Press that leg in towards the ground. Perfect. Let's do another 2, 1. Lower it down. Now we're going to lift the foot with the knee. Lower it back down. Exhale, lift, and that foot is in line with the knee. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift, keeping that core engaged the whole time. Last 2. Last 1. Bring it about hip height. We're going to bend it forward, flexing the hip, extend it back, pushing through the heel. Inhale, bend. exhale, extend it back. So now you might need to put your hand on the mat for this to keep that stability. I don't want you pushing back too far that you're arching in your back. So think of just tucking your pelvis under if you are arching in the back, and if you feel this in your lower back, keeping that rib to hip connection. Okay, let's go for another 2. Last one. Take it forward, flexing the hip, and then we're going to press it out, extending the leg. Inhale, bend it. Exhale, extend, pressing through that heel. So I want you to really feel the length in that leg. Feel like I'm pulling that leg out of that hip joint. Okay, let's go for another 4. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Point the foot, little pulses up. Finish it out strong here. Little exhales up, core engage. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo, lower it back down, tap it out if you need to. Okay, and then we're going to come up into a 4-point kneeling position. So knees on the hips. And then we're going to come down onto your right forearm. Left hand pressing into the mat. And you're going to bring your knees close together. We're going to extend that left leg, opening up the hip to the front of the room. Bring it in, tap knees together. Exhale, extend it back. Very good. Keeping that core in, that belly button to spine. So you are in external rotation here of the femur. So you should feel this in your glute med and your glute min. Exhale, lift it. Remember to open up that hip. Extend through that foot. Feel that length. Perfect. Take it back. Now we're going to bend it towards our shoulder and then take it back again. So inhale, bend it in. Exhale, take it back. And also feel a crunch in your obliques here as you bend that leg in. We're almost there. Stay with me. Okay. Let's go for another 3. Last 2. Last 1. Hold it up, hold it back, hold it high. Little pulses up. You know we had to finish with pulses. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Come down onto your side again. Fold up your mat. Place your forearm on your mat. So we're going to come into a side planking series now on your right hand side. Now you can do this on your knees. I want your feet in line with your hips, and then you're going to lift up like this. If you want more of a challenge, extend the top leg, bring that bottom leg in line with the hip. Make sure your elbow is underneath. Yes, your elbow is underneath your shoulder. That's right. Okay. We're going to lift up into our side plank. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Now I want you to feel those obliques switching on. Keep your neck in line with your spine. Really pushing up out of that side waist. Okay, we're going to hold up here. Option to lift that left leg, and then we're going to add rotation. So take that arm underneath, rotating through the spine. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, lift. Make sure that you are keeping that top leg still as you can. If you have it up, you should feel a nice shake right now. Very good. Let's do another 2. Last one. Lift it up. Little pulses up with the hip. Abs in. Belly button to spine. We're almost there. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it back down. Woo! Unfold that mat, lift up and over. Okay. Just take a nice deep breath here. I really felt that in the sideways. So give yourself a nice stretch. And then we get to do that all on the other side again. That's what's good about having 2 sides or unilateral work. Okay, so I want you to come down onto your mat, rest your head in your hand, feet are in line with your hip, knees are together, and then we're coming into a clamp. So push that bottom hip down, make sure there's some space between your mat and the waist, and then you're going to exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Now, you might feel this more on this side because we literally just worked this side. So it might be more intense for you, and that's totally normal. Go at your own pace. Exhale, lift. Remember to keep those hips square to the front of the room. So if you can't open your knee all the way up, that's fine, that's normal. Just go with your own mobility. Now we're going to lift the foot up as well. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Keeping that belly button to spine. Lifting up that waist. Perfect. Okay, let's go for another 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift it about hip height. Bend it in. Flexing the hip. Take it back, extending the hip. Inhale. Exhale. Remember, no arching in the lower back. I want you to keep that tuck under of the pelvis. Exhale. Press it back. Feeling that glute max. You might need to tap it to wake it up. Okay. Last 2. Last 1. Bend it forward. Extend it out, pressing through that heel. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. Stay with me. Whew, I know you can feel this in your glute med and min, but it's good. That's where a lot of people are weak. We usually work the major muscles like the glute max, but oftentimes the smaller muscles get missed, so we're strengthening them now. Okay, point through that foot, pulses up. Little exhales as you pulse up, core engaged. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down, bend it in. Whew. Tap out that glute. Okay, 4-point kneeling position. Knees under hips, come down onto your left forearm. Pressing into that right hand, we're going to lift and extend that right leg, opening up the hip to the side. So coming into external rotation, bend it in, tap that other knee, extend it out again. Inhale, bend, exhale, extend. Keeping that core in. So the core's engaged, it's working here. You're getting some nice hip extension here as well as you lift your leg up. Let's go for another 3. Find that height and that length. Last 1. Hold it up, bend it in towards your shoulder, extend it out again. So really make sure you're not rocking in the hips here. It's slow and controlled movements. And I want you to feel that little bit of a crunch in the obliques as you bend your leg in. Very good. Exhale. Extend it out. Length through the leg. Okay, last 2. Last 1. Extend it out. Pulses up. Little pulses up. We're almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend it in. Come down onto your side. You know what is next. Fold up that mat. Elbow is beneath shoulder. You can do this on your knees. Remember, feet in line with your hips and lift up into side plank. Or you can take the other modification, extend the bottom leg, knee is in line with hip, lift up, exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Stay with me, we're almost there. We're almost done with today's class. You should be feeling good after this class. Let's go for 2, 1. Lift up that leg, optional. Twist underneath, finding that rotation. Inhale, extend. Exhale, twist, find that rotation. Inhale, extend. Keep that leg lifted and level. Try not to move it as you move your upper body, so the lower body is still. Okay, lifting up. Let's do one more. Lift up, little pulses up with the hip. Almost there. Okay, take it down. Oh, unfold that mat. Lift up and over. Okay, stretching out that side waist. Should feel really good. Perfect. Okay, we're going to come into a half plank now, so we're going to come into push-ups. So I want you to come into your half plank, one straight long line. So your pelvis is tucked under. You're not arching in your back. Your pelvis is tucking under and your spine is straight in one long line. Just bend a little bit, lubricating those elbow joints. And then on your inhale, you're going to lower down towards the mat. Exhale, press back up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, press, keeping that spine straight. That belly button to spine. So you're keeping a strong core here. If you need to do this in a 4-point kneeling position, you can, or take a full plank. Go at your own level. Perfect. Let's do another one. Lifting up. Okay, I want you to lower halfway now. Little pulses here. Little exhales as you pulse it up. Okay, press it up and back. Arms on fire. Yes. Stretch out those shoulders. Take your hands forward. Okay, now I'm going to come down into a prone position now. I want you to bring your legs about mat distance apart. Your feet are slightly externally rotated. You're going to bring your arms in a W shape here. So if you're looking from above, you can see a W. You can bring your forehead down to the mat. And on your inhale, you're going to lift up your head, gaze slightly in front of you towards the top of your mat. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. So we're getting into that lower back. Keep the feet down. Perfect. You're doing so well. Almost done with class. We're almost there. Stay with me, guys. Last 2. Last one. I want you to lift up now. Exhale, extend those arms forward. Inhale, circle them back, lifting up a bit further. Exhale, circle them forward. Inhale, circle them back, lifting up, extending further. Gaze straight in front of you. Belly button to spine. Lifting up, really working that back. Okay. Almost done here. Then we get to come into a nice stretch. Inhale, lengthen through those arms. Exhale, sweep it back like you're swimming in water. Okay, take it back, hold it back. Palms towards the ceiling. Little pulses up. Little exhales as you pulse up Try and get higher, coming into those triceps. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Press back to a nice, well-deserved shell stretch. Okay. We're going to come into a little bit of a stretch here, so just wiggle around, feel it nice, counter stretch for the back. Okay, then roll up, come to seated in the middle of your mat. Extend those legs out in front of you, flex those feet. Now I want you to extend that spine up, extend the arms up, lifting up and lengthening, hinge forward, and then fold over the legs, feeling a nice stretch in the hamstrings and in the back. Okay, this should feel really good after today's class. Roll up, take that left leg over the right, that left ankle, bring that right foot in, take your hands behind you, bring it in as close as you want, as what feels good. If you are so tight, you can take your leg forward more, or if you want more of a stretch, just bring it in. Feeling a nice stretch here. Drop that right knee towards the ground, and that left foot comes over. That left knee is over the right knee, lifting up, lengthening. Twist towards the left. Feeling a nice rotation in the spine. Stretch for the glute. Perfect. Unravel that. Take that right leg over the left. Draw the left leg in, lengthening the spine. Feeling a nice stretch. Bring it in closer if you need to. Okay. Drop that left knee, that right foot. Hug those feet in. And then twist towards the right. Feeling a nice stretch in the spine and in the glutes where we really need it. Unravel that. Come to seat in the middle of your mat. Lift your right arm up and over, looking towards the ceiling. And then your left arm up and over. And then that's it for today's class, guys. If you have enjoyed this class, please give me a like and subscribe. It really supports my channel. Leave me a comment below. Let me know how you found this video and what you would like to see next. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.